Good morning, guys. My name is Sean Dexter. And I welcome you to the Mango Grove for your daily Bitcoin analysis video. It's a brand new week. It's a beautiful Monday morning. Wishing you all a great week ahead of you, and Bitcoin with an interesting weekly close. And notice how I said interesting, guys, because interesting it is. We have a lot to talk about today. Has Bitcoin given us the close we are waiting for? Is it time to go all in? Or is it time to be extra cautious? In today's video, we'll be discussing just that. So hey, let's start with the weekly. Should we actually start with the weekly, or should we? Actually, you know what? Let's make it a casual video today. So for those of you who are looking for a more quick in and out sort of video, a wham bam thank you mango, it's not going to be one of those. So if you're looking for a quicker video, hit that X button, find a different channel. You're likely not going to get many of those on the Mango channel, guys. Too much rambling in the Mango community, and people seem to like it. Some people hate it, but hey, it is what it is. So on the weekly, look at how the last week closed, guys. Nice and green, right? Nice and green. But before we talk about the close and its specificity, let's go ahead and dig down a little bit and see how each day went by in the entire week, or rather the 7 to 10 days, right, preceding the week. All right, so you have the 7 to 10 days leading to today's close, and look at the price action that ensued, right? We had a upthrust to around 12,000, and bam, all the way down to around 10,700. Another upthrust to around 12,000, and then bam, all the way down to 11,400ish, and then again pushing back up to around that 12,000, 11,900 mark, and bam, down again 11,500. Each time putting higher lows, right? 10,800ish, 11,300, 11,500. And each time managing to shake out people from their great positions. Some of you actually got positions on this dump over here. This move all the way down to 10,700 that I'm extremely jealous you guys caught while I was enjoying a shower. That's my punishment for showering once in a while. And what do you know? You guys lost that position. Okay, now I know I'm not generalizing over here, but this is going to be the theme, guys, throughout the bull market, unless you get your act together. And what do I mean by getting your act together? I'm not asking you guys to do more. I'm not asking you guys to work harder. What I'm asking you guys to do is just, hey, relax. Do it the Mango way. Do it the stress-free way. There's no reason to be over trading when the trend is just trending up, right? I'm not asking you guys to work harder, do more. I'm asking you guys to work less, do less. The Mango way, the stress-free way, right? A lot of people are trying to overtrade this, and then they're losing a position, and I don't see why. Okay, you know what? A good example would be, let me pull up the Discord. Can you guys see it now? Okay, there you go. So again, I kept this ready because this is a really good reference, right? This was all the way back like last week, and if you guys have been following the daily videos, I've always showed this to you guys because I was pointing towards a mindset mistake that I was making, right? I was talking about how I was waiting for Bitcoin to come back down to that $10,700 mark. Why? Because I missed the buy that many of you guys got, right? That big dip. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'd really like to add to my position over there. But then I was seeing signs that this 10 SMA over here on Bitcoin has been held the entire freaking time. So I had to shake myself out and be like, Sean, you may want something to happen, but the signs are showing you that may not happen. The probability is leaning towards this continuing towards the upside. So don't get too hell-bent on what you want. Okay, you should look towards what the market wants to do, and the market was telling me that Bitcoin is likely just going to keep trending. It might be slow. I might have to be patient, but Bitcoin is just going to keep trending to back up towards that 12,000 mark. Okay, I talked about that over here. Now let's go ahead and pull up the Mango ribbon. Again, by the way, guys, Mango ribbon completely free. Link down in the description below. Look at that, guys. Every single day that 10 SMA kept being held, and all I did was buy a little bit more on each 10 SMA test, right? Kept doing it. Now we may come down and test the 21 EMA, to be honest, and even that would be fine. I would not be getting shook out of my position. Yeah, I'd be on those ads over here, I'd be a little bit in the red. But think about, guys, we got in all the way around 9,500. Why would I be looking to lose my position because Bitcoin has come down a few $100s when I'm up a couple $1,000s, right? The trend is still intact, and as long as we are trending, I'm going to stay in the trade, right? And this is another reason why a lot of people are so confused and they're getting chopped up and losing money in a bull market. A common theme throughout the entirety of last week leading to this week's close was many people PMing me and saying, hey Sean, I should have sold around 12,000. I knew Bitcoin was going to come down. You even said it in your videos. I should have sold. I'm so stupid. Now Bitcoin has dumped and I've given up profits, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking to myself in my head, yes, I talked about how Bitcoin is coming up to resistance, but I never said that I'm selling into that resistance. I'm not going to be losing my position. By the way, guys, losing your position in a bull market can be very, very painful on its own, right? I'd rather lose profits than lose position. I've said this to you guys many, many times. Okay, I don't think it's fully sinking in just yet, but now you guys are probably beginning to understand what I mean. So throughout the week, you guys were more upset about Bitcoin coming down on you after you guys, had a nice move up. But now it's flipped around. You guys have lost position and Bitcoin's going up. This is what I mean, right? You guys are trying to get too optimized with your trading. You guys are trying to sell here, buy here, sell here, buy here. Does that sound like the Mango way? That's way too many trades, man. Way too many trades for me. And when there's so much going on in the market, you want to keep it the Mango way. You want to keep it the stress-free way. Hakuna Matata. It's the problem-free Mango philosophy. Hakuna Matata. Because think about it, guys. There's massive opportunity costs even in your attention allocation, right? If your attention is spent trying to get in, get out on your Bitcoin positions, you're probably missing out on opportunities on other coins. One could have been the big ban trade, right? We talked about it over here. We even pushed it out on the Mango Seed Discord way ahead of time. Let me go pull that up for you guys. In fact, this is a really good example of also not losing position. If you guys do remember, in the previous ban video, we already had a massive pump, right? Like a good 65% pump. And I said, okay, I'm selling a portion of my trade over here. Not all of it, because I don't know what's going to happen. This could keep going. And man, it kept going and going and going and going. Again, you do not want to lose position, right? I don't want to go ahead and pull up the ban chart over here, but I will pull up the screenshot. This was an update. We got in somewhere around here, added somewhere around here, around this retest of the Tenkin. It was a 12-hour Tenkin, and then it just kept going and going and going. You guys know what happened after this, right? Jesus, and it's still going. We'll do an update on ban, but there's not much to talk about. It's just going, guys. And yeah, I don't want to spend too much time on today's rant. Let's go ahead and really talk about some technical analysis now. I'll go ahead and hide the Discord. We'll pull up the charts again, and here we have Bitcoin on the daily chart, right? But I do want to go on over to the weekly. This is what a lot of you guys are waiting for, the real technical analysis. Some of you guys have already tuned out by now, but hey, we don't want you guys in the community anyways. For those of you who stayed, you guys are the guys, the traders, and the girls, of course, who are really, really looking to learn and get good at this in the long term. Because you guys know now how much mindset plays a role in all of this. It's not just about understanding charts and putting on trades. It's about maintaining the trades, managing the trades, executing on your thesis, and also exiting at the right times, right? So here we have the weekly. Let's go ahead and turn off everything for now, and I want to go we're on a fresh chart. Okay, I already have all of my lines, everything drawn out on the chart that we use usually, but I'm starting a fresh chart for you guys today because I want to address a few things. Now, we are looking at this horizontal over here around 11,550-ish, 11,600, right? And what do you know, guys? Bitcoin closing well above it, right? I don't want to say well above it because that's what we're really trying to discuss over here. Is it a good enough close, right? Is this good enough for us to say like, all right, this is it. Bitcoin has given us that massive, massive close. And I am not entirely sure just yet. Now, keep in mind that I'm being overly cautious over here because one, I can kind of afford to, right? I already have my position all the way from around 9,500. I can be a little bit more cautious before adding to my trade. I added on the daily 10 SMA. I don't want to be buying a breakout of the weekly over here because I'm in position. If I want to continue and have an explosive move from here, that's all well and good. The reason I'm not adding, even though I'm excited about this weekly close, coupled with the monthly close that we had prior, was because if you guys come all the way over here, right? Okay, actually, let's start here. I apologize, but this is important. Let's start right over here. For those of you who have been following me on our Mango journey ever since this big trade over here, right, all the way to the upside, you guys know how we kind of got tricked over here, right? Bitcoin tricked us on this massive weekly close because we were watching something very similar. And we put in our horizontal right over here around 11,500. And look at that. I'm going to zoom in for you guys. Okay, use Krisha's technique. And you can see we had a pretty nice close. Look at that. And then we had continuation. And what happens? Boom, dumped right into right through the resistance, right? And then ever since then we went into a massive downtrend. We went into a massive weekly downtrend. So this was that big trap. Now I want to take you back to the same area right over here in the 2017 bull market, and this is where it gets even more insidious, right? These weekly closes around the 11,500 region, guys, are really tricky. So I don't want to front run anything. So let's say we were trading around this area, right? Put yourselves in a trader's shoes while this price action was taking place, and this is easier said than done because you need to visualize. Is that a word? Visualize. You guys need to visualize the candle taking place, and not just the aftermath. Okay, so let's say we were trading around this region over here. We're looking at these candle closes, and now I want you guys to, in particular, look at this candle. Okay, this candle over here. Look at this high here, guys. We came out and put in a high at 11,775. So I want you guys to visualize this candle being a nice big green candle. Okay, a big green candle. So what did Bitcoin do preceding this big green candle before it dumped? Okay, because at one point price was all the way over here at 11,805-ish, right? Actually, what was it? 11,775. Got all the way up there. So it was a nice green candle at one point. Prior to that, Bitcoin came off a massive reversal after this huge dump down to 6,000. Okay, we all witnessed this. Those of you guys who were here with me during that time, we all witnessed this. Looked like a massive bottom, right? Nice big wick. Saw continuation, a nice previous week, a follow-up week rather, all the way to 11,000. What was the high? 11,299, and a nice candle close on that week, right? Okay, cool. And now we're coming in. We took out the previous candle's high. We took out this candle's high, the week before that, as well as this high over here. So we took out all these highs and then dumped. This was extremely insidious, and I'm pretty sure a lot of traders got trapped over here, and I don't blame them at all. And again, for those of you guys who are on the seed program, I want you guys to pull up the institutional order flow module. Watch the price action over here that we are currently undergoing, and watch the entire module again. All right, even though you guys know, okay, cool, this is a perfect example of institutional order flow, very similar to what happened over here, blah blah blah. It's not about that. It's about you guys now being able to recognize on your own these key areas on different time frames, different assets. All right, because when you are able to start recognizing these areas, guys, you will be able to say, all right, this is an important area. This is where big things are going to happen in either direction, and I can either protect myself or I can be part of a big move that is about to ensue, right? So again, guys, go ahead and rewatch the module. And I want to give a big shout out to all the seed members who are taking the initiative and rewatching modules and milking the program out for every freaking all the juice that it has. Shout out to Felix, shout out to Tommy, to Robert, right? These guys, you guys are not seeing the hard work that they're putting in the background. Shout out to even Justin, by the way. He's new to the program, but he's not only using the theory that we teach, but he's also using the mindset techniques that we teach, right? The stress-free way, the mango way, and he is doing fantastic. He's 3x his account already. I'm pretty sure he's going to keep that pace up, which is going to be phenomenal. So yeah, I'm really proud of all of you, and just keep up the good work, keep doing it the mango way. Let's get back to the TA over here. We were talking about this area, right? It's been an area of contention in the past, right over here around 2017, early 2018 rather. Then again, leading towards the beginning of 2019, it's been an area of contention, right? And now again we are back over here, right? We're back over here, and now the question is, have we cleared enough of it for us to be confident that this area is, annihilated, obliterated? Can we see continuation from here? Should we get excited? And this is where I want to spend some time going back to this area, and I want to be like, all right, you know what, guys, let's be a little bit more cautious. Instead of using candle closes, let's use the rejection wick high. So where could you mark it? One, you could use this candle wick over here, but I'm going to go ahead and just keep it simple and use this candle wick over here. And what are we getting? We're getting around 11,000. What's the high? Actually, you can just look at the high, 11,800, right? Around $20 shy of that. And we can zoom in now. And if you look at it that way, I know I'm being a little bit too cautious, and I have the luxury to do so right now, right? Because one, I'm trading the trend, I'm already in position, and if it does pull back on me, I'm safe. If it does continue, I'm safe either way, right? I'm not missing out on any move, and I do have confidence that Bitcoin will eventually trend continue from over here. So if it does pull back, I'm okay either way. So keep that in mind before making any decisions based on what I'm saying over here. If we are using that 11,800 region, 11,780 region as resistance, Bitcoin hasn't really cleared it. All right, this is something even Krisha brought to my attention earlier this morning, and I think she was looking at a little bit higher, 11,880-ish. I'm not sure where she got that number from, but hey, we are seeing some confluence there between what Krisha is looking at and what I am looking at, right? I'm seeing 11,775-ish. Now let's go ahead and see what the Ichimoku is saying on the weekly time frame, and this is where it begins to get more exciting. And oof, what do you know? We've closed above the cloud, guys, and more importantly, we have the Kumo turn green. So we have a candle close above the cloud. We don't have the confirmation just yet. We have to wait a couple more days, more like 6 days, before we get that confirmation, but it's looking really good. We have a green Kumo twist, candle above the cloud. We also have the beautiful bullish TK cross. Granted, the TK is still within the cloud. We'd like to see this come up eventually, but hey, it's going to take its time. This is not a big deal just yet, but this is looking pretty good. Okay, cloud is looking good, but then again, we talked about how, hey, this has been an area of contention. Should we be careful here? Blah, blah, blah. Now let's go ahead and look at the other time frames, get a holistic idea of what is going on over here, right? I want to look at the high time frames. I want to look at the lower time frames too, with the weekly being our midpoint, our center to base our decision off. Okay, so again, guys, keep in mind, okay, disclaimer, I'm already in position. So this is all easier said than done for me, because I don't have to do anything, right? Like, I don't have to make a decision over here. So keep that in mind over here. I just want to be really fair with you guys on the monthly time frame. It's looking really good, right? We talked about this already. The big monthly close was right over here at 10,775. Any monthly close above that, and we were going to be looking for continuation eventually, right, on the longer term time frame. And we're seeing that almost immediately. We got the monthly close above 10,750-ish. We got the retest into that region, and now we're bouncing right off this. This is actually looking really good, spectacularly so. So the month closes over here, well, even better, right? It's going to confirm that monthly candle, and I think eventually Bitcoin is going to be pointing towards 13,900-ish based on the monthly time frame. So the monthly is telling us, okay, 13,900-ish eventually, all right? Now the weekly is showing us signs of, hey, we may have done something big over here. Now let's go ahead and look at the lower time frames underneath the weekly time frame. We'll start with the mango time frame. We'll start with the 4-day. Keep the Ichimoku template on. Ichimoku on the 4-day has turned green. Let's go ahead and look at the mango ribbon. Let's see what's going on over there. 10K, 21, 10 SMA, all bunching up around that 10,200 region. Looking good. Let's go ahead and draw some horizontals on this one right over here. And in fact, let's go ahead and remove all the previous drawings to keep things clear. And I'm going to go and smack a horizontal right over there. Have we cleared it? I haven't looked just yet. Oof, we're smack against it. Right against it, actually. Let me go ahead and see if I got this right. Yeah, I did. It's good enough. And right over there, boom, smack against it. So 4-day resistance. I wouldn't be too keen on buying over here, to be honest. The 4-day has done us some good jobs rather in the past, right? We have taken some really good trades right over here towards the downside. Missed this one, but towards the upside, we've caught all the upside moves on the 4-day. Missed the big downside move over here. Krisha's birthday, I'm blaming it on that. Corona candle, missed the big one. Hey, it is what it is. But coming smack against resistance as we speak. We have 1 day 16 hours before we close this. Now the question is, do we close above or do we close underneath? We have a day and 16 hours to go again. I'd be looking for close above to be looking for continuation. Any close above 11,987 is 12,000 to round up, and right over here we have a wick high too coming in at around 12,134. So either one of those, and I'd be looking for continuation. But to be honest, just to be safe, I'd be looking for that nice candle close. Again, I have the luxury to be cautious. I don't have to be chasing any positions. You know why? Because I did not lose position. I am in a stress-free mindset right now, the mango way, guys. That's what I want to instill in all of you. I'm not trying to show off or anything over here. Please don't get me wrong. Like, I'm just trying to show you guys that it's more about having a more balanced life where you can go out, enjoy the weather, right? Even in Canada now, it's beautiful outside. You don't want to be stuck in front of the screen all day, guys. So hey, do the mango way. So yeah, 4-day candle above this region, and we can look for further upside. Now we can look towards the lower time frames to see if we have clues that, hey, are we actually going to break this towards the upside in a day and 16 hours, around 2 days, right? So hey, let's go ahead and look at our 2-day time frame, one of our favorite time frames. And hey, I'm really liking the 2-day. Let's remove all our 4-day horizontals over here. The 2-day over here looking like a nice little bull flag. That, wow. So we are seeing some strong confluence now. If the 2-day closes anywhere above this horizontal over here, I'm going to be looking for continuation. This looks like a nice bull flag, ascending triangle, whatever the hell you want to call it, guys. But the reason I'm calling it a bull flag is because we have a flag as well as a pole, or rather a ascending triangle as well as a pole, and we can look for a measured move towards that 14,000 region. Lines up with our monthly targets as well. This is looking good. So if we get that 2-day candle close, it's going to line up with the 4-day candle close as well, right? So if the 2-day candle closes over here and we see continuation, the 4-day is going to break its level as well. I'd like to see the 2-day candle close above this high over here, 12,141, because in that case, we're going to get that 4-day candle close above its horizontal, as well as take out that 4-day high that we were looking at, as well as close this 2-day candle bull flag above, looking for that continuation. Cool. 2 days looking good. 4-day is looking good, sitting against resistance. Weekly is the one we're trying to decipher over here. Monthly is looking great. Let's go ahead and look at the daily, and this is pretty much usually as low as you want to go with your time frames, guys. But we'll look at the 12-hour too, and you can go ahead again, delete everything over here. We've been looking at the daily to get aggressive with the trend trade, right? Bitcoin has been aggressive. It gave us that hint with this wick off the Tenkin over here when it dumped aggressively, but also got bought back very, very aggressively and maintained that 10 SMA for the days leading to it. Now, we may lose the 10 SMA in the days to come. We may get rejected against that weekly resistance, smack down, but what do you know? The daily 21 EMA is coming in at around 11,000, and that, guys, still protects this wick low over here at around 10,500ish. In fact, we may come down all the way to the daily Tenkin, and this is still gonna look fine in my eyes. And this is what I mean, guys, by being okay with the trade pulling back on you, right? Because far too many traders get caught out or get shook out of the positions because they don't know off the bat whether they are really trading this as a trend trade or whether they are trading this as a range trade. You need to get into your head right off the bat before going to trade whether this is going to be a trend trade or a range trade where you're going to be taking profits at certain levels, right? Plan it beforehand, because you can't have it both ways. You can't say, hey, I'm looking for the big trend trade win, but at the same time, you want to be taking profits against resistance, because you don't know. You will never know when that resistance is going to break. It could be on the first test. It could be on the second test. It could be on the 5th test. You don't know. So if you're getting into a trend trade, pre-plan if you're going to be taking profits at resistance, because if you're taking all your profits at resistance, that's not a trend trade, that's a range trade, and that's completely fine. That was part of your plan, stick with it. But if you say that you're going to be taking a range trade and then it breaks and keeps going without you, don't complain about it. Be like, all right, that was my plan. That's all right. It's doing what it's doing, right? I don't care. I'm trading the mango way. I'm trading the stress-free way. My plan was a range trade. I got my profits over here. It kept going. Good for everyone else. Good for people who are taking this as a trend trade. I'm happy for them Mongolians too. We all make money. We all stay stress-free, all right? That's how we do it. Again, apologies for that rant, but that's what I mean, guys. Far too many people going to the trade, they haven't planned whether they are trading this as a trend trade or whether they are trading this as a range trade, and that's only part of the higher plan, right? Then you need to plan the nitty-gritty thingies too, so that way when it's time to execute, you just execute. You're not thinking about it, you're not letting the charts play with your emotions. Should I do this, should I do that? Just yesterday, in fact, I was in the middle of a gaming session with my friends, and I noticed on my phone that I got an alert for a trade opportunity, right? And a trade that was already in, and I was looking to add to my position if that alert hit. Now the alert hit and it showed up on my phone. Now I usually don't take trades unless like I see the alert show up on my trading view, right? But this time things lined up. One, we were in between games. We were actually playing Pummel Party, and we were in between mini games, and it showed up on my phone. I was like, hey guys, do you mind if I just take 2 minutes to put on this trade? And my friends were like, yeah, sure, go ahead, man. And it took me all of like 2 minutes to do my 2FA, log in, etc., get my position size, add to my position, and log out, blah, blah, blah. Just 2 minutes. I didn't have to think about it, nothing. You know why? Because I already planned that, hey, if X happened, then I would do Y. That's it. I didn't have to think about it. I just executed. Now, what happens after that is up to the trade manager. And the trade manager is a different version of Sean that will check on his trades at a certain time, which is usually the 12-hour candle close or the weekly candle close or the daily candle close. I don't manage my trade every single hour of the day, guys. I have a plan. Now every now and then I do trade the low time frames, yes, but you guys know how infrequent that is. I stick to my plan, I follow the plan, that's it. Don't judge yourself based on how well your trades are performing, but judge yourself based on how well you follow your plan. Now that's actually one of the best pieces of advice I can give you. Now whether you follow it or not is up to you, but I can guarantee you that if you do, in the long run, you will be the better for it. All right. Now with that, let's go ahead and wrap up this video. We're looking at the daily over here. Again, the daily is looking really, really good, right? Holding that 10 SMA, looking like a bull flag, looking like trend continuation over here. If we do confirm a candle close tomorrow over here, you could look for a front run on that 2-day, on that 4-day time frame that we were looking at. And hey, we could look towards a measured move around 12,600, which will likely have continuation and take us to eventually that 13,900 region on the monthly time frame, right? So that is the daily if we do close above here. But remember what we are looking for. We're looking for 2 daily candle closes above there, or rather that 2-day candle close closing above 11,838, right? The big candle close, however, would be the 4-day above 12,000, because if we get that 2-day candle close above 12,000, it's going to lead towards a 4-day candle close above 12,000 as well. And that's going to lead to massive cascading effects, guys. Because remember, 4-day is sitting against that major horizontal resistance. And this is going to be the big one for me. If we can actually get a 4-day candle close above 12,000, it would mean that we got that daily confirmation above the bull flag. We got that 2-day candle close above its bull flag. The 4-day would also be good enough for me to say, hey, you know what? This weekly candle close is pretty legit, because you got pretty much a half weekly already confirming above 12,000, and in that case the fireworks can begin. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in the next video. Do it the mango way, do it the stress-free way. Until then, ciao.